Yes, this is the entrance to the museum. Pretty cool, the Air Force Museum here. We're here in the Cold War section of the museum here at the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio, showing around some of the friends. And you can see all the aircraft. This museum is absolutely free. So if you come to Dayton, plan a day, possibly two, if you're interested in looking at all these aircraft up close and personal. And it is truly amazing, all the stuff they have here. You're looking at a B-58 Hustler, one of my favorite aircraft, supersonic jet. They used it for a period of time until missiles became a thing, and they don't use it anymore, obviously. It was made in the 50s. Holds the Bendix Trophy winner, which is a speed test. This museum has almost every flying aircraft ever made. They're everywhere. It's pretty dang cool. If you're into rockets, they have a whole rocket section. All kinds of good stuff here. In fact, you may even have a SpaceX Falcon here. I don't know. I don't think so. No, I think these are all military rockets. Pretty cool though. We're in the section where all the presidential aircraft are. This one was President Truman's aircraft. It's called the Independent. It's a DC-4, but they called it something else. And then over here, we've got lots of other presidential aircraft. Coming down the ramp here in Independence aircraft of Truman's is my buddy Scott. Scott, tell us, what'd you think about inside of there?
Well, it's smaller than the current jets, but it's crowded like the planes we fly.
Right.
Except they had more leg room with fewer seats. The nice galley, Collins HF radios.
Hey.
Reliable, and we could see the president's office, and we could see the table where he played poker and beat his opponents.
Hey, that's awesome. Let's go check out some more. Scott's heading up the stairway here of Columbine, which is Johnson's airplane. Oh no, sorry, Eisenhower's airplane. This is a Constellation, a little newer than the Truman aircraft. How is President Eisenhower's aircraft compared to Truman's?
Certainly a nice upgrade for what Harry Truman flew on. Bigger kitchen galley, more modern radio communication equipment. The seats had telephones, and the president had a larger personal space. And the coolest thing is, for the non-presidential passengers, they had some seats here, and then they had some lofts, some bunk beds that you could sleep in and take a nap if you were tired. So it'd be nice if maybe Boeing and Airbus designers would tour this and get an idea for commercial passengers occasionally.
President LBJ through Clinton flew the 707 here. Pretty cool. Well, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a bigger plane. It's, of course, a plane full of history. It's where President Kennedy's body was flown back to the U.S., to D.C. after his assassination, where President Johnson was sworn in, where presidents through President Clinton flew on it. I have to say, it doesn't look that comfortable compared to perhaps what Eisenhower had. It has more seats, but the space seems more crowded. I'm very glad they upgraded the Air Force One for our more recent presidents, because this one was not comfortable to fly on. I understand why President Clinton advocated for a new plane, and so this would be very crowded to fly 10, 12 hours on to Europe or Asia or the Middle East or Africa. So, it's a very nice modern plane, but given what we fly on in 2024 and beyond, it's really a relic.
Yeah, this baby. Look at that, supersonic bomber. Went through the testing phase and then they canceled it. The XB-70 is what we're looking at here. Was an amazing aircraft. If we look at the air intakes, there's 6 engines in the back. pushing this to supersonic speeds. These are the 6 engines that propelled the XB-70A to speed. Look at this. It just looks super fast, and it certainly is. Amazing aircraft. You're looking at an X-15, one of the fastest aircraft ever made. This was a test bed for high-speed flight. This is an amazing aircraft. It's an XF-85 Goblin. Its whole job in life is to be a small fighter that's attached to a big bomber. They did a bunch of testing and found out it was just too dangerous for the pilot, and it really didn't serve much for him. But the concept was cool. It would fly up underneath the bomber. It would hook on with that hook, and then it would pull it up and the pilot would get out. Anyway, it was an interesting idea. It's a cool looking little airplane, but it wasn't very safe. So this is what's called the Avro car. It was made by Avro out of Canada. And people call it a UFO. You've seen it hover, and if you look on some videos available online, that's about as high as it would go. It was supposed to be able to go at speed of sound plus. The problem was it had reciprocating engines or a jet inside, I forget, and a big giant fan in the middle. And all it succeeded was about 10 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour. And it could get about that far off the ground. But it was cool. It was featured, a bunch of people call it a flying saucer, of course, and it sure looks like it. But as you can see, it's an interesting thing. All right, let me see what you got.
I got the A10 that time.
Hey, awesome, look at that. Awesome. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Scott's eating big today.
The next day.
Well, here we are. And yeah, it's raining. And yep, we're in the middle of the flea market here. All kinds of goodies. Well, you know it's Dayton.
That's not a boat anchor. That's a tent anchor.
That's a tent anchor. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you want to buy it, anything's for sale. I really don't want to haul. I really don't want to haul it home.
You don't want to haul it
I don't
home?
want to haul it back home. I had to haul it out of somebody's barn to start with.
Oh,
Never heard
man.
that before.
And I'm like, I don't want this. Actually, they brought it to my house. I'm like, I don't.
Wow.
So what do? I left it sitting out in the barn.
Greg and I came back to the car. And look what's sitting in front of us. Another blue Y and a Rivian truck. And it's wet. It opened up here on us. So we're going to sit in the car for a little bit here. And if it keeps getting bad, we'll go inside or something. We're in a Model Y-a-thon. Check this out. So there's a Y, which we can't see through the window here. Hold on. There we are. So there's a blue Model Y. And look, we have a blue Model Y here, and we have an R1T, and guess what? We're in a blue Model Y. So at least there's 3 of them here at the Dayton Hamfest. Yeah, the rain's slowing down a little bit, but check this out, right? Blue Y, right? Blue Y, and our blue Y. And the other blue Y went the other way. 4. And a 6th blue Model Y in the flea market.
The next day.
You guys are witnessing Phil learning a new skill. He's able to dry the table. Look at him go. With one hand. Dang, come on, man, you're doing awesome. It is Saturday. We're entering the flea market space. I've rented a flea market here. Space that allows us to sell and buy whatever goods we need. It's located really close to everything, of course. makes it really easy. And this line of traffic we're currently in, going to the general parking straight ahead. Hey, look at that. There's a flea market spot. Let's park there. I'll run this guy over. All right, let's get her going here. Well, you guys have seen flea market stuff before. Certainly I'll pick out some items that may be of interest to folks. I like some of the old gear, you never can tell. I'm on a mission, however. I'm looking for what's called a variac. It's a variable AC transformer. It's used for testing some of my old gear. When you find an old piece of equipment, you want to bring it up slowly on the AC side to let the capacitors do their thing in reforming. So that's the plan today. I eyed a few yesterday, but frankly, I forgot where they were. So many people out in the flea market. So today I'm on the hunt for one. Gear after gear, tons of it here. All right, let's check stuff out here. I found it. Yes, I did. This is where all wallwarts go to die. Yeah, you never can tell what you'd find out here in the flea market. Made by Zetron, and they're model 49.
Exactly his circuit. I added in the ability to voltage feed the main line and then distribute it out.
That's cool.
Well,
I'll use Lee's amps.
Yep.
That's
I'll
cool.
tell you though, if I have a choice, I'd go. $5 for a picture.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a cat's meow back then, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
some other chargeable device.
Unbelievable DX60s here from Heathkit, novice transmitters, monobanders. Wow, Johnson.
And so is that
How
what you
cool
got
is that?
Here? Well, I'll tell you what, the turkey was really good.
I thought the cheese was pretty good too.
Oh, the cheese is real good.
For you hams out there, you got to see this QRP tuner. We came across this here in the flea market, and you can look at it inside. You got this little micro mini inductor and a little tiny cap and another cap. Look at that. Oh, wait. It came from a World War II something made by Westinghouse. Yeah, it's probably good for 20 watts then. That's cool. Yep, sitting right here. We are just leaving the Xenia Hamfest. That's downtown Dayton out there in the distance. We are done. It's been an awesome 3 days. We're heading to do some dinner tonight and off in the morning to Wyoming. We're here on Highway 35. We're going to get off here and head to the hotel. Hotel's located off to our left here. But more importantly, this is a left-hand exit of the interstate here. And it's got an interesting twist to it.
Now take the Perry Street exit on the left.
Oh look, there's a U-turn.
In 1,000 feet, keep left at the fork.
No, you keep left.
Now keep left at the fork.
Yes, we're keeping left at the fork.
In 500 feet, turn right onto South Redlow Street. turn right onto South Ludlow Street. In 500 feet, turn left onto River Park Drive, then turn right. Now turn left onto River Park Drive. Now turn right. Now your destination is on the left.
So we're here at the hotel. And I didn't drive here. And just like that, we're at the hotel. At the hotel, of course, we have a wall connector, and then we have a J1772 here. And if we look, we can see that the plug-in hybrid with a tiny battery is charging. My only hopes is when they're full, they move it, which shouldn't take long. We're going to top up and then go do our thing.
Mile loop in, down in that area and stuff. Right, just in the action.